All right, folks, we're back for part two about Bill Davis and Warburton on Bill Davis and Dale Jr. on the download. So we left off about Sterling Marlin, Chip Ganassi not being talked about basically. Also, when Warburton won the Daytona 500 in 2002, big thing for Dodge, huge thing. You go watch the celebration, ton of Dodge people there, tons of them. Around that time, Toyota was they were in the Truck Series, so they were trying to get into the Cup Series, which I don't have a problem with that. I honestly do not. Back in the day, I hated Toyota. I don't have an issue with Toyota anymore. Toyota is actually pretty fucking awesome. They're actually more badass than any American company right now because they just do cool things. Ford and Chevy suck ass, and Dodge just they don't really have anything anymore. Kind of lame. So, but irrelevant from that, we can make it a thing on all that. But Toyota was trying to come up. So going back to how Dodge started 2 to 2.5 years before they got into the actual Cup Series development, blah blah blah. Dodge did the same thing in the Truck Series. They were in the mid 90s all the way up, and then they jumped up into the Cup Series. Toyota was doing the same. They started racing in the early 2000s in the Truck Series, and they were trying to make that leap then to their Cup Series. Nothing against Toyota. What would be the best way? To just develop your own shit, or get some kind of insider trading from another company that just recently did this. You make minor tweaks and make it better, faster. That's what they did. I don't know how they persuaded Bill Davis. I don't know what they did, but maybe it was because Dodge kind of put Bill Davis on low on the totem pole. Maybe that's Dodge's fault for that. Because I remember when the cars all came out for the Dodge thing, everyone was on there. Sterling Marlin was not, because he had alcohol in his car, so they didn't want to advertise that to kids. But Warburton was not. So, but all the petty teams were, and Evernham. So, and then we can't forget about Stacy Compton, that team too. So, Mellon Team Racing. Melling Racing, sorry. Back asswards. But either way, we're going off a tangent now. So that would be an easy way for Toyota to do that. And they did. And they did. And Bill Davis doesn't admit it. And he's not going to admit it because he's probably under some sort of contract with Toyota or something like that. Or if he says something, then Toyota will fine him. Because he got his ass fined by Dodge when they found out that he was leaking stuff to Toyota, and he doesn't really admit it. He's like, oh yeah, well, we had two separate companies. Yeah, sure. I also have a lot of money over in an overseas account, but that's not really me. Shut the fuck up. So, frustrating, and it was fucking up Bill Davis Racing, because you lost Dave Blaney. Dave Blaney was arguably a really good race car driver, just like Warburton. Both those two deserved way better teams, even though Dave Blaney went to the 77, or was it the Jasper engines? I can't remember. But irrelevant. Like, Dave Blaney, if he would have been put in a competitive fucking car, could have won a lot of races. Same with Warburton. They were both very talented race car drivers. But, sometimes the cards don't fall where they lay. So, shit happens. But, Bill Davis sold Dodge Intel to Toyota. Dodge got mad. Dodge wanted $5 million. And he's like, why would they need that? Well, because you're selling trade secrets. That's why, pal. That's why. And I understand why Dale Jr. didn't say that, because the whole fucking conversation was Bill saying, yeah, so how do you feel about Miller Lite? Do you like it? It's pretty good and it's got like good stuff. What do you think, Bill? Yeah, I like it. That's what he would say. And then it would be like, Junior going back talking. It's like, why even come on the show, man? Why? Why? Go back to fucking Arkansas because Arkansas is trash. Sorry, Mark Martin, but it is. No one likes Arkansas. Yeah. You like those apples? Deal with that. I'm not here for a long time, and I'm not here to make friends, so. You don't like it? Go pound sand, man. There's a 64 over there, so cry to your mom. But irrelevant, we're getting off topic. So, back to in 2002, well, Bill Davis said in 2003, but technically, if you go back and look at the timeline, Ward Burton started losing a lot of manufacturing support because you could see the team fall. Like after New Hampshire, after they won in New Hampshire, because they won 2 races in 2002, they weren't very consistent. They had a lot of engine failures and a lot of weird stuff happening. And I really think, so what Bill Davis said was, excuse me, in 2003, they lost manufacturing support, and Dodge would send them engines, and it would literally crack on the floor. So then Caterpillar, their sponsor, would have to build them engines. I feel like that happened way sooner. I feel like it happened in 2002, slightly after, maybe even potentially the summer of 2002, because Ward had a lot of really good runs going, and you can look back at those races, specifically Richmond, even though it was a transmission thing, but like, it just seems really, really fishy in my mind. Or maybe something to do with Caterpillar building the engines. They're not, like, they build good engines, but they're not a NASCAR team. So I feel like it happened way before 2003. Also, Toyota paid all the bills, the like fine bills, when Dodge fined him. So that really says a lot. Good job there, Bill. Bill also said that Dodge didn't have power when they did. 2001, who set the record for the fastest one? Bill Elliott and Stacy Compton. And then we had basically, yeah, Dodge had a lot of power. He's a liar. You can see it in the fucking pudding. Shut the fuck up. Fucking moron. Also, he said Ward didn't have a lot of confidence, and when Ward has had any sort of interview on the Dale Jr. Download and the Scene podcast, I can't remember. It's with Steve Wade and all them. Ward always talks with confidence, and I feel like he has a lot of confidence. He might not have had a lot of confidence in the people around him because Bill Davis was sending his money elsewhere instead of putting it back into the company. Because I don't know. He wouldn't open up, so who's to say maybe he had the right to do that. But Ward was way too loyal. Shouldn't have stayed with Bill Davis. Probably after 2000 or before 2000 or whenever he had those deals with Yates. I do remember the Yates one, and I want to look that up. I want to say that was around. It was right when Ricky Rudd left. Before Elliott Sadler got there. He should have taken that one. And I remember reading about that because I used to sit after school on the computer, and I would, because NASCAR.com is way different than it is now. NASCAR.com now is a joke. Whoever designs NASCAR.com and runs that thing, you fucking suck. Like, get fucking way better, man. You fucking suck. Like, and that's being nice. Like, it is complete trash. So, but we'll get into that in another fucking video. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I try and keep it quick, fast, and just to the point. I could elaborate and make this fucking an hour long, but I'm not going to do that. So, just a lot of points. That Bill Davis was a moron, and Ward Burton was more right, and Dave Blaine was more right, and Bill Davis is just a liar. So, Sorry, Bill.